You know those paintings that are somehow super simple but also incredibly dramatic at the same time? Well, that's the magic of watercolor silhouettes. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can create these beautiful pieces of art. And trust me, it might look complicated, but you'll be amazed at how easy it really is. I mean, just look at these. The power in these images is incredible. You've got the quiet, intimate moment with the two birds against that glowing sky, and then the raw energy of a dancer just lost in a burst of color. It's pure emotion. So, is it actually hard to pull this off? Let's find out. So, where do we even start? Well, before you pick up a single pencil or a brush, we really need to get a handle on the core concept. And it all starts with understanding the silhouette itself.
At its heart, a silhouette is all about one thing: contrast. It's not about the little details inside the shape, nope. It's about the power of that outline against a bright, colorful backdrop. Think of it like a game of light versus shadow. A city's skyline at night is the perfect real-world example of this. You don't see any of the windows or the bricks, but you instantly know what you're looking at, right? All the power is in that simple, dark shape against the light. That's the feeling we're going for.
Okay, so let's take that idea and apply it to our artwork. The very first step is crafting that foreground, the dark, central figure that's going to be the star of our show. This is where the story really begins. The process here is actually pretty straightforward. First, you just neatly sketch out your scene in pencil. Get those shapes looking just right. Then, once you're happy with it, you trace over it and fill the whole thing in with a black permanent marker. And using a permanent one is so important. I can't stress this enough because it makes sure the ink won't bleed everywhere when you start painting with watercolor. And here it is, maybe the single most important tip for this stage. Use a reference picture. Seriously. Don't try to draw a tree or an animal from memory. A reference photo is going to give your silhouette that accurate, recognizable outline that it needs to really pop off the page. Oh, and here's a quick but absolutely vital little tip. Before you even think about painting, make sure you erase any stray pencil marks around your marker. This little bit of cleanup is what makes your final piece look sharp and professional instead of messy. Okay, our silhouette is looking clean, it's dark, it's ready to go. Now, for the magic. This is the moment we bring the whole thing to life with that vibrant watercolor background. This is where all the mood and the drama of the piece really takes over. And this is where you, the artist, get to make some really fun choices. See, there's not just one way to paint the background. There are a bunch of different techniques or washes, and each one creates a totally different vibe. As you can see, you've got a ton of options here. A flat wash gives you a smooth, solid color. A graded or a two-color wash is perfect for those gorgeous sunset effects. Wet into wet is fantastic for creating those wild, unpredictable blends. And I gotta say, a personal favorite for a little bit of magic is using salt. You just sprinkle it over the wet paint, and as it dries, the salt crystals soak up the pigment and create these amazing starburst patterns. It's a simple little science trick with a stunning result. Want to add another secret layer of detail? There's this awesome little trick called crayon resist. Before you paint, you can draw stars or swirls or whatever you want in the background with a white or a light-colored crayon. Since wax repels water, the watercolor paint will just flow right around your drawing, and your hidden design will magically appear as the paint dries. It's so cool.
All right, we've covered the concept, the foregrounds, and the background. You have all the pieces of the puzzle. So let's just wrap up with a few final tips to make sure your masterpiece comes out perfectly.
So 3 final things to remember. First, think about your colors. Which ones are going to blend together beautifully and which ones might turn into a muddy mess? Second, don't rush the painting. Give yourself a good 15 minutes to just play and let the colors flow. And finally, for the cleanest, smoothest look, try to paint your entire background in one go. That's the secret to getting that seamless blend without any weird hard edges. And that's really it. The technique is just a simple combination of drawing and the total freedom of watercolor. It's such a powerful way to create art that tells a story with nothing but shape and color. So the only question left is, what story will your silhouette tell?